So boys, today, I'm going to show you my personal settings that I use in Truckers of Europe 3. This also includes all my favorite trucks and in fact, everything I use in Truckers of Europe 3. So if you want to play like me, then use all these settings I'm about to show you. So firstly, many of you have asked me what my favorite truck is in Truckers of Europe 3. Well, I have 3 trucks that I personally like driving, and they are in fact my favorite in the game. So let me quickly show you 3 of the best trucks that I use in Truckers of Europe 3. So my third favorite truck in the game is the Stream RT 1995 model. Now you might be surprised to hear this, but one thing I like about this truck is that it has those iconic building that makes you feel really different when driving it. The interior is cool and looks more like a classic truck. So the Stream 1995 model is basically my third favorite truck in Truckers of Europe 3. And to be honest, I really enjoy driving it and it's really cool. Now another cool thing about this truck is that it is very cheap and affordable. I mean, you can literally get it for just 10,000 euros, so it's cool. Now my second best truck in the game is the Scania ST. Now this one actually looks good and I just like driving it because it gives you that young vibe. The one thing that made me like this truck so much is that the truck has a comfortable build for customization. I mean, you can literally add many types of skin to the truck and it will still look cool. So another thing is that I sometimes use this truck for drifting. Yes, when I'm bored, I just select it and then set up my drifting settings, and then I start drifting with the truck.
LOL.
So the Scania ST truck is my drifting truck. Furthermore, the truck has cool upgrades and the interior is one of the best, and it gives a good vibe when you drive it. So this truck is my second best. Now my number one favorite truck is the MAN TGX. I mean, this is one of my best trucks in the game, and I so much love it. Now, these trucks tend to be faster and are really cool. The MAN TGX is in fact really impressing about its stat, and there are lots of reasons that made me love this truck. Furthermore, the truck has a very simple interior design, which gives you that comfort when driving. So boys, the MAN TGX is my number one best truck in the game, and I really like it. So all these are my favorite trucks: the Stream RT 1995, the Scania ST, and my most favorite of them all, the MAN TGX. So these 3 trucks are my top best trucks that I use in Truckers of Europe 3, but I sometimes drive other trucks when I'm bored though. So now I'm going to show you the settings that I'm using in Truckers of Europe 3. Watch carefully so you can use it and also play like me. So the first place here is the controls. Now I always use the steering wheel controls to give me that good and realistic driving. The wheel sensitivity is set to medium or in the middle. My throttle and brake pedals are set to the progressive buttons to make driving more fun. The second place is the graphics settings. Now I always use the max settings of everything, and this is because I have a good device with a Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 processor, so it can literally run the game perfect and smoothly without any issues. The next phase is the truck settings. Here, I always set my truck and trailer stability to medium or in the middle to give the vehicle a normal balance on the road. And then I increase my suspension stiffness a little bit. And in the throttle press rate, I always max it out totally to get that quick acceleration, and also, the braking pedal is set to medium to give you that cooler braking on the road. The next phase is the gameplay settings. Here I always use the steering rotation configuration to help you get perfect view and turn when driving. I disable my camera animation because it's of no use. And the driver's hand is always on to make sure I enjoy the realism. The traffic intense is set to medium to keep the traffic in good state. And one more thing, I always disable the virtual side mirrors because it still tends to have bugs in it. But when the developers fix it, I recommend you use it because it assists you on tight corners. And lastly, the interior camera configuration. Here I always try to keep things simple and moderate to get a better view of my cabin and dashboard. Remember that every truck has their own comfort interior cabin setting, so you will need to adjust it anytime you change your truck. Now some players are already curious to know how much money I have made in Truckers of Europe 3. So the answer to that is that I have 3 accounts, which are this, and lastly this. I mean, I'm so rich in Truckers of Europe 3 that I'm already planning to buy the whole Wanda company.